Juniper Ridge's brand new 25 horsepower Scotch Marine steam boiler installed at Paul Disco's place, and these are a couple safety tips. Basically what I'm going to do is run you through all the components. The first thing we will do is how to turn it on, and so you don't have to watch the whole video to see how to do that. Let's see, if you come over here, you can see this is the control panel, and what you want to do, it's very simple. Burner switch is off, on. That light comes on, and what that noise is the feed water pump is filling water into the boiler. Now, when this is off, you have to come in and press reset, turn the burner switch to on, and then it fires up, and that's all you have to do to turn it on. Now we're going to go over some of the components. This whole section here is called the gas train. If there's any emergency and anything's looking odd or unusual, you can always turn this main gas valve off and walk away. That's the only thing you want to do if you're confused in the event of emergency. This main gas valve off. Doesn't cause any problems, and it cuts off the fuel. Basically, gas comes in here. This is a burner, fires up the gas and blows it into this boiler that's filled with water. These various components are electrical gas solenoids that control the gas flow based on what the boiler is asking for. This is the water column that tells you your water level. You generally want to be around here for normal operation procedures. It'll bounce up and down, but generally here is good. There's a low water mark on the side here. If the water is below this mark, the boiler will shut itself off. That is one of the safety features. The low water cutoff unit is right here, and that's going to tell you when the water's too low. There's also a redundant Warwick water sensor in the boiler itself. If the boiler does not have enough water, it will also shut off. The two main things while operating you want to see is this pressure gauge, which will come up to around 25 to 30 psi, and that's our normal operating range, and the boiler will cut off at that point. These two meters control when the boiler cycles, when it turns on and off like an air compressor. The other components, this big unit is very simple. It looks big and ugly, but it's just a blow-down water receiver. At the end of the day, you hit these blow-down valves for a set amount of time, and it pushes steam into this, which is filled with water, so the steam gets cooled down, and then it dumps out in the blow-down drain. Follow me over here. This component is the feed water tank, and what this does is it's hooked up to city water, fills with tank, and it has a high technology plunger-like toilet device that says when it's full. And when the boiler needs water, it tells this unit, the pump turns on and feeds the water into the boiler. That's why it's called a feed water pump. The main steam comes off the boiler through this valve, and this stays open at all times. Josh can control it on the inside there. If you can walk around here, I know it's a little tricky. This is where the city water comes in from the feed water tank. This is a vacuum breaker to make sure the boiler doesn't suck in water when it doesn't need to. If you keep coming this way, this is the backflow filter so that the city water doesn't suck contaminated water back into the city system. At times this can clog up with debris from the city line. Just turn these on and off, but just make sure that both are on when you walk away. I think that's about it for the boiler. Thank you, have fun, and don't blow up.